Jen here with a YA book review for you of The Wicked Deep, which you may have seen me unbox on this channel because it was in a book box, I think in April or March or one of those months. This is by Shea, Ernshaw, and the cover is really pretty, except this like silver stuff actually came off, and I don't know if you can tell. I think you can tell. It's like wore off, and I couldn't figure out why it was wearing off, and then the one day I found it on my fingers when I was reading, so that was kind of a bummer. But this book is pretty cool. It doesn't have as high of reviews on Goodreads as I thought that it would. I think the average is just under 4 stars, but for me this was a 5-star read. It was like 4.75-ish because it wasn't quite all the way to 5, but it's more or less a 5-star read for me. And this story follows the Swan sisters, who were killed kind of like around the time of the Salem witch trials in this fictional town, at least I think it's fictional, called Sparrow, which is in Oregon. And basically before the summer solstice or whatever, in like the beginning of summer, so maybe like around June 1st or something, because I think the time span of the story is only a few weeks long, that these sisters who were killed, they come back to the town and they drown boys, and they inhabit girls' bodies and they drown boys. And so part of it is kind of like, is this real? And then, or is it just like these girls taking, this is a creepy part, like these girls taking on an excuse to like kill people randomly because then they don't remember doing it? Or is this legend actually true? And there were 3 sisters. There was Aurora, Marguerite, and Hazel was the youngest. And you get a little bit of their story woven throughout, and then you get more of their story in the last like about a third of the book, I would say. So the main character is Penny, and Penny definitely believes in the legend. Her father disappeared 3 years prior, and her mother has kind of gone mad as a result. Like really, she just seems like not so much mad as like the tragedy made her turn in on herself, and she's kind of like, and it even says she's like a shadow of who she once was. And her mom used to read tea leaves, and they live on an island outside of the, you know, just outside of the harbor of the town or whatever, that has a lighthouse, and so they're kind of isolated. So the story kind of opens with Penny's friend talking her into going to this party, which is, you know, they're celebrating school being out, and then at midnight is when like the season starts, the swan season, when the girls will come and inhabit somebody's body. And so a newcomer comes coincidentally named Beau, and he's looking for work, and Penny is like kind of attracted to him, but then kind of like wary at the same time as to why he, you know, is he here because of the tourist season? Like, what does he want? And so their relationship kind of evolves, and they're both kind of keeping secrets from the other one. There is a major twist. I can't say I was really surprised. I kind of liked it. The ending of this book is definitely a bittersweet kind of story. So that is all I'm going to say. It's very atmospheric. I really liked the characters. I read it in big chunks, and I had a hard time because I'm working, you know, 40 plus hours a week now. Plus, you know, versus when I was teaching, I was kind of, you don't really work necessarily 40 hours, you know, plus you have like summer off and stuff. So now I am, you know, working different hours plus more hours plus running my candle shop. So really so far it's like the second week, the end of the second week in May, like we're halfway through May, and this is the only book that I've read. So but I really enjoyed it. It has witches, which I love. It has mystery, which I also love. At the beginning it kind of reminded me of the Raven Cycle, but then that vibe kind of dropped off. If you like atmospheric stories like the Night Circus, the writing is not similar, but I think that you would like this. If you like Emily Henry, which I am a huge Emily Henry fan, I love The Love That Split the World, and I love A Million Junes, both of which you can find reviews for on this channel, then I think you would definitely like this story. I can see the twist not being everyone's jam, but I was okay with it. But like I said, it's bittersweet. I don't think I cried. Someone had commented on Instagram, like, get the tissues ready or whatever. So I could see how it could make you emotional. But it just was kind of bittersweet. But it's a great story about, you know, what hate can kind of drive us to do, but in a different context than a typical, like, racial variety. And it's also a lot about just, it's a love story, really. I thought it was awesome, and I can't wait to read more by her. And if Emily Henry and her ever, like, team up and write a book together, like, I think that would be a dream team. So, The Wicked Deep, atmospheric, kind of creepy, has some magic, has witches, is a love story. I really liked it, and you might too. And then we want happy reading.